Rest now, my dear children. Imagine the soft glow of altar candles flickering in the stillness, each flame a reminder that I am near. Hear the distant chime of a church bell calling you into the quiet of my presence. See the sun breaking through stained glass, painting your soul with colors of hope and peace. Breathe in the calmness of this sacred space, as if dawn itself has risen just to meet you here. You do not come alone, for I am already with you. Every shadow in your life finds its answer in my light. Every ache in your heart is heard in the silence between each bell. Come and rest under my gaze. Allow my spirit to hold you in a love that will never leave you. My dear children, I invite you to linger, to stay with me, and to hear the words I have for you today. For I have seen your tears, and I know the pain that betrayal has carved into your soul. But even here, especially here, I come to you with healing and hope. My beloved children, I have always been your refuge, and I will always be your strength. Nothing is hidden from me, not the tears on your pillow, not the heaviness that presses on your heart when someone you trusted turned against you. I know this pain, for I have walked through it. This message I speak now is for your healing. I want you to rest in my words as if they were living water flowing over you, cleansing the sting of every wound. Let me guide you gently into the truth. That betrayal, though sharp and heavy, cannot separate you from my love. Today, I will remind you of my promises. I will take your brokenness and weave it into beauty. So stay with me, my dear children. Remain in this sacred quiet and let me comfort you. Comfort. I see you, my dear children, when the pain of betrayal feels unbearable. I know how deeply it cuts, for the ones who hurt you were not strangers. It was those you trusted, those who once walked beside you. The psalmist said, "It was not an enemy who taunted me, then I could have borne it. It was you, a man my equal, my companion, my familiar friend. We used to enjoy sweet fellowship together in the house of God." I remind you of these words from Psalm 55 because they are your story too, and I understand it. My children, I too was betrayed. I was sold for silver by one who dipped bread with me at the table. I was denied by one who promised to stand beside me. I was abandoned by those who vowed to stay awake and pray with me. I know the weight of betrayal. I know the loneliness that follows. And I want you to hear this. You are never alone in it. When you feel like your trust was shattered into shards too sharp to hold again, I will be the one who gathers those pieces. I will stitch them back together with golden thread so that what was torn becomes not just mended but radiant with my glory. My dear children, do not carry the wound as if it defines you. Let me carry it with you. Let me lift the shame, the anger, and the bitterness. Do not let betrayal write the final word in your story, for I am the author, and my word is always redemption. Come to me in your grief, and I will comfort you. Come to me in your anger, and I will give you peace. Come to me when you feel abandoned, and I will remind you, I will never leave you nor forsake you. My promise has never changed, and it never will. Imagine your heart like a garment torn by betrayal. Do you see the rip, the jagged edges? Now see my hands drawing close, golden thread in my fingers, gently stitching, weaving, restoring. With every stitch, I am whispering truth into your soul. You are not forgotten. You are not unloved. You are not ruined. You are mine. Let the river of my spirit flow through you, washing away bitterness. Like cool waters on parched ground, I will refresh your soul. Like light breaking through storm clouds, I will give you hope again. My dear children, I do not ask you to forget what has happened, but to release it into my hands. Leave room for me to bring justice, for I am your defender. Leave room for me to bring healing, for I am your physician. Leave room for me to bring resurrection, for I am the one who makes all things new. Lift your eyes to me. See beyond the wound. See the cross, where I bore betrayal and turned it into the doorway of salvation. See the empty tomb, where death itself was undone. If I can take betrayal and transform it into redemption, surely I can take your pain and make it into something beautiful. Rest, my beloved children. Let your soul breathe again. Lay down the heavy burden. In the quiet of this moment, let my arms encircle you like the embrace of a father who will never betray, never abandon, never turn away. Remember this, for I speak it over you now. Even though betrayal stings, it cannot sever my covenant of love with you. Even though trust was broken, my promises stand unbroken. Even though others left you, I remain faithful and true. Main script continued. My dear children, let your hearts be still in me. Do not rush past the wound, for I see it and I honor the truth of your pain. The tears you have shed have not fallen unnoticed. Each one is gathered in my hands, as precious as jewels. You may feel as though betrayal has stripped you bare, but I clothe you again in garments of praise, woven with threads of joy that cannot be torn away. When you feel that trust is impossible, remember that I am the faithful one. I am the rock that cannot be shaken, the stronghold that will never crumble. Others may falter, others may turn away, but my eyes never leave you. I am the shepherd who stays close, guiding you even when the path feels dark and steep. My rod and my staff, they comfort you. Think of a garment once torn apart by sharp betrayal. The fabric looks ruined, beyond use, but watch as I, with patient hands, thread golden strands through the broken weave. Every stitch brings strength where weakness had lived, every line of gold a story of grace that outshines the damage. What others meant for harm, I redeem into beauty. What was meant to destroy, I transform into testimony. My beloved children, I remind you of my words. Be still and know that I am God. Do not let betrayal drive you into the arms of bitterness. Do not let anger become your master. Instead, lean into my spirit. Let me breathe peace into your lungs again. Let me steady your trembling heart. Forgiveness may feel impossible, but I do not call you to do it alone. My spirit within you gives you the strength to release, even when your flesh still aches with memory. I know that when trust is broken, walls rise high around your soul, but I call you gently to lower them before me. Let me enter the hidden places, the locked rooms of your heart. I will not force my way in, for my love is not violent. But when you open the door, even a little, I pour in light that no darkness can overcome. Remember, my dear children, the betrayal you endured is not the end of your story. It is a chapter, yes, but I am the author, and the story continues toward hope. Just as the night yields to the dawn, so shall your sorrow yield to joy. Just as winter bows to spring, so shall your heart bloom again under my care. Do not dwell on revenge. That is a weight not meant for your shoulders. Place it in my hands, and I will carry justice in perfect measure. I am the righteous judge, and I see all things clearly. Trust me with what feels unfinished, and trust me with what feels unfair. My children, when I walked among you, I was betrayed, denied, abandoned. Yet I forgave, and through that forgiveness, the world was redeemed. I do not say this to diminish your pain, but to show you that nothing is wasted in my hands. The wound becomes a well where living water can flow, refreshing both you and those around you. When you cannot pray, let your sighs rise to me, for even they are prayers I understand. When your heart is too heavy for words, rest in my presence and know that I intercede for you. I am your refuge, your hiding place, your shield. Picture the storm clouds of betrayal overhead, thick and dark. Now see my light breaking through, scattering the shadows. The sky clears and warmth falls upon your face. That is what I am doing in your spirit. Even when the clouds seem endless, the sun has not ceased to shine. My love has not ceased to cover you. I remind you, my dear children, of this promise. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Let these words sink into your soul like healing balm. You are not abandoned in your pain. I am closer to you now than ever. I am the Father who embraces you when others have walked away. I am the friend who never betrays, the companion who never leaves, the Savior who laid down his life to prove that love never fails. When betrayal tempted you to believe you are unworthy, I speak against that lie. You are precious. You are chosen. You are mine. So lift your eyes, my dear children. Do not stare endlessly at the wound, but at the one who heals. Do not let the betrayal become your identity. Let my love define you instead. I am writing a future filled with peace, hope, and restoration. When you feel weak, lean into me, and you will find strength. When you feel lost, look to me, and you will find direction. When you feel broken, rest in me, and you will find wholeness. For I make all things new. I take betrayal and turn it into wisdom. I take wounds and turn them into compassion. I take rejection and turn it into a testimony of my faithful love. You will rise again, stronger, softer, and radiant with grace. Stay near me, my beloved children. Walk in step with my Spirit. And as you do, you will see that betrayal does not define your destiny. I do, and I declare over you, you are healed, you are restored, you are beloved forever and always. My dear children, linger with me a little longer. Do not rush away from this moment of comfort, for I am pouring my healing presence over you, like warm oil soothing weary muscles, like living water flowing into the cracks of parched ground. I know how betrayal has made your heart tremble, how trust feels shattered and fragile. But hear me now. I am the one who binds up the brokenhearted. I am the one who makes all things whole. When others turned against you, their actions spoke lies about your worth. But I tell you the truth, you are priceless to me. No betrayal, no rejection, no harsh word can diminish the value I placed upon you when I formed you in love. You were woven together by my hands, fearfully and wonderfully made, and no human failure can undo my craftsmanship. Let me remind you of this, my dear children. Betrayal is not the end, but the soil from which new life will rise. Think of a seed pressed deep into the ground. It lies hidden, pressed down, as though forgotten. Yet within that darkness, something sacred stirs. Roots reach out, and life pushes upward until a shoot breaks the soil and reaches for the sun. In the same way, I will use the very place of your wounding as the ground where new strength, new wisdom, and new grace will grow. I know, beloved ones, how easy it is to replay the words spoken against you, to rehearse the moments of abandonment, to let the wound bleed again each time memory strikes. But I invite you instead to place those moments into my hands. Trust me with the weight of them. Each time your mind circles back, release it to me once more. This is how healing comes, not in one hurried moment, but in a faithful surrender again and again, until the wound no longer rules your heart. Picture again the torn garment of your soul, ripped by betrayal. See how raw the fabric looks, how uneven the edges. Now watch my hands, steady and gentle, threading golden strands across the tear. With every stitch I speak truth into you. You are loved, you are safe in me, you are whole. Soon the tear becomes less a scar of shame and more a tapestry of beauty. What was once a mark of pain now gleams with gold, testifying to my faithfulness. My dear children, I also want you to know this. I never minimize what you feel. Betrayal cuts deep because you are creatures of love, designed in my image. To be wounded by another's unfaithfulness is to feel the shadow of Eden's brokenness. But I am redeeming even this. I am restoring your heart to trust again, not blind trust in people who may fail, but deep trust in me, the one who never fails. Lift your eyes beyond the wound. See the cross, where betrayal pierced me more deeply than nails. One close friend sold me for coins, another denied me to save himself, and the rest fled when I needed them most. Yet even in the agony of betrayal, I chose forgiveness, and from that forgiveness flowed redemption for all the world. What was meant for harm became the very means of salvation. So it will be for you. I will not waste your pain. I will transform it into a testimony that shines with my glory. Do you remember, my children, the words of my prophet? Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Let this promise take root in your soul. Even in the aftermath of betrayal, your strength will rise again. Even when trust feels too heavy to carry, I will lift you on eagle's wings. Come to me now in your exhaustion. Let me cradle you in my arms as a shepherd carries a lamb. Feel the steady beat of my heart against yours. Hear the whisper of my love speaking peace into the storm inside you. In my embrace, betrayal loses its sting, for perfect love casts out fear, bitterness, and despair. I ask you also, my dear children, to guard your heart from letting betrayal harden it. The enemy longs to use your wound to turn you bitter, to make you close yourself off from love. But I call you to the higher way, the way of forgiveness, the way of mercy. This does not mean trusting those who hurt you without wisdom, but it means releasing the weight of judgment into my hands. In forgiving, you set yourself free. In releasing, you open your heart again to my joy. Consider the sunrise. The night may feel endless, betrayal may feel final, but then the first rays break the horizon. Slowly at first, then steadily, light floods the sky. That is what I am doing in you. Your night is not eternal. My light is already dawning. Take courage, beloved. Let your soul rest. Know that nothing, not even betrayal, can separate you from my love. As it is written, neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate you from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus, your Lord. Hold this truth as your anchor. My dear children, betrayal may have written sorrow into your story, but I will write the final chapter. It will be one of peace, of restoration, of beauty beyond what you can now imagine. Trust me with the pen of your life, and I will weave golden threads through every torn page. Rest now. Breathe in my peace. Lean into my everlasting arms, and know this above all: you are mine, and I will never betray you. My dear children, I know how heavy betrayal feels upon your heart. It presses like a stone on your chest, and it whispers lies that you are abandoned, unwanted, and unloved. But hear me, those lies are not your portion. Your portion is my steadfast love, my unfailing mercy, my eternal faithfulness. Lift your head, for I am near. Lift your eyes, for I am your salvation. When betrayal pierced your trust, it felt like the tearing of fabric, ripping apart something once whole. You saw threads unravel, and it seemed like there was no way to mend it. But I am the weaver of your life, and what was torn I do not discard. Instead, I take the broken threads into my hands and begin again, this time weaving with golden strands that catch the light of eternity. What was once a scar of shame will become a crown of beauty, radiant with my presence. My beloved children, let your soul breathe deeply now. Let every exhale release the bitterness you've carried. Let every inhale draw in the peace of my spirit. I know how hard it is to let go. Betrayal tempts you to cling to anger, to replay the pain again and again, but anger chains you to the wound, while forgiveness frees you into my light. Forgiveness is not forgetting, it is entrusting justice into my hands. And I, your Father, am faithful and true. When you forgive, my dear ones, you are not saying the betrayal was right. You are saying that you will not let it rule your soul. You are declaring that my grace is greater than the wound, and as you forgive, you will feel the weight slowly lift, like clouds dispersing after a storm. The air clears, the sun returns, and your heart begins to live again. Think of a river flowing gently through a valley. Stones lie in its path, yet the water does not stop. It moves around them, over them, carrying them along. So it is with my spirit in you. Betrayal may have placed stones in your journey, but my spirit flows within you, carrying away the weight, smoothing the jagged edges. Over time, what was once sharp becomes rounded, softened by the current of my love. My dear children, remember this: you are never alone. The enemy would whisper that you are forsaken, that everyone has left you. But I, your Father, will never leave you nor forsake you. My presence surrounds you like a shield. My spirit dwells within you as a constant comfort. Even in the night when you weep, I am there. Even in the silence when no one calls your name, I am whispering, you are mine. Betrayal can cause you to question your worth, but I remind you of the truth: you are my treasured possession, chosen before the foundations of the world. I gave my life for you, and I would do it again, for my love has no limits. Do not measure your worth by the faithfulness of people, but by the unshakable faithfulness of your God. Look at the cross, my beloved children. It was the place of ultimate betrayal, yet it became the place of ultimate redemption. What the enemy plotted for destruction, I turned into the gateway of life. So it will be with you. Your betrayal will not be wasted. It will become the soil from which resurrection springs. I remind you of my servant Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, forgotten in prison. Yet at the end he declared, "You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good, to save many lives." My children, this is the pattern of my redemption. Betrayal may break your heart, but I will turn it into a testimony of salvation. Others will see your healing and find hope for their own wounds. My dear ones, when the memories rise, let them not become chains. Instead, let them become altars. At each memory, whisper, "Lord, I give this to you." Each time you release the memory into my hands, you build an altar of trust. And upon that altar, I send down my fire that purifies, fire that heals, fire that transforms ashes into beauty. Do not fear the scars left behind. Scars are not marks of shame. They are testimonies of survival. And when I touch them, they shine like gold. Just as my risen Son bore scars in his hands and side, yet those scars were filled with glory, so too your scars will become places of radiance. Beloved children, imagine walking through a valley after rain. The soil is damp, the air fresh, and from the ground springs new life. Flowers bloom where once there was only mud. This is the promise I give you. I will make beauty rise from the ground of betrayal. New love, new friendships, new hope will blossom in the soil of what was once pain. I ask you to walk with me now in faith. Take my hand, for I am your shepherd. Trust me to lead you beside still waters, to restore your soul, to guide you in paths of righteousness for my name's sake. Even when you walk through the valley of betrayal's shadow, fear no evil, for I am with you. My rod and my staff comfort you. Betrayal may have left you feeling empty, but I will fill you again. Betrayal may have left you weary, but I will renew your strength. Betrayal may have left you fearful, but I will give you courage. My spirit in you is greater than any wound against you. My love in you is stronger than any rejection from others. So, rest now, my dear children. Lay your head upon my chest and hear the steady rhythm of my heart beating for you. Let my peace surround you like a warm blanket on a cold night. Let my light shine through the cracks of your soul until every shadow flees. You are not defined by betrayal. You are defined by my love. I am your Father. I am your healer. I am your refuge. And I will carry you into joy again. My dear children, do not let betrayal become the lens through which you see the rest of your life. It is a wound, yes, but it is not the whole of your story. I am the author, and I am still writing. Every chapter of pain can become a chapter of redemption when you place it in my hands. Trust me, for I am faithful to complete the good work I began in you. When betrayal breaks into your life, it feels like the shattering of glass, sharp, sudden, and painful. You are left standing among fragments, wondering how it can ever be whole again. But I remind you, I am the potter who remakes what is broken. I gather the shards of your heart, and with tenderness I mold them anew. With the fire of my spirit I strengthen you. What comes from my hands will not be fragile, but beautiful and unbreakable. Do you see how I work, my beloved children? I do not discard what others dismiss. I redeem it. I transform it. I take what was shattered and form it into a vessel that carries my glory. Betrayal does not end you. It becomes the place where my grace shines brightest. Think of the dawn after a long sleepless night. The darkness clings, but slowly the horizon begins to glow. The first light appears, then brighter, until the sun rises and the night is chased away. So it will be with you. Betrayal may have been your night, but I am your dawn, and my light is already rising. My dear children, sometimes betrayal tempts you to close your heart, to hide away from love, to say, "Never again." But I did not design your heart to be locked away. I made you to love and be loved. Do not let betrayal rob you of the fullness of life. I will guard your heart. I will teach you discernment, and when the time is right, I will open new doors, new friendships, new bonds built on trust that flows from me. Let me show you, beloved ones, how my Son bore betrayal and yet offered love. Judas kissed him, Peter denied him, and others abandoned him. Yet on the cross he prayed, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." My children, this is not just history. It is the path I set before you. In forgiveness lies freedom. In mercy lies healing. You are never more like me than when you forgive. But do not fear if your heart feels too weak for forgiveness. I know your limits, and I supply your strength. When you cannot forgive on your own, whisper to me, "Lord, help me forgive," and I will breathe grace into you, little by little, until bitterness loosens its hold and peace fills its place. See yourself walking through a field where thorns once grew. They scratched and tore at your skin. But now, flowers begin to bloom among the thorns, lilies, roses, blossoms fragrant with hope. This is what I am doing in you. Where betrayal wounded, beauty will rise. Where rejection cut, compassion will grow. Where trust was broken, wisdom will form. My dear children, listen closely. Betrayal does not diminish you. It does not define you. It refines you. It draws you deeper into my heart, into the well of my faithfulness. Others may leave, but I remain. Others may fail, but I never will. Others may reject, but I always embrace. Remember the words of the psalmist. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Hold this promise like a shield. Betrayal may have shaken your trust in people, but let it drive you into unshakable trust in me. Come, my beloved ones, into the shelter of my presence. Sit at my feet and listen to my heartbeat. Hear it steady, unfailing, constant. Let it remind you that you are safe here. The world may wound, but in me you are healed. The world may betray, but in me you are held secure. Do not be afraid of the scars left behind. Scars tell a story not of defeat, but of survival, of healing, of grace. My Son still bears his scars, and they shine with glory. So too will your scars become places where my light breaks through. They will remind you, and all who see, that betrayal did not destroy you, for my love restored you. I know some of you still feel raw, as though the wound has only just been made. For you, I say, rest in me. Do not rush the process of healing. Healing is not hurried, but it is certain. Like a tree planted by streams of water, your roots will grow deep in me. In time, you will bear fruit again, even after the harshest storm. For others, betrayal lies far in the past, yet its shadow still lingers. To you I say, let the past be past. Do not carry yesterday's pain into today's blessing. I'm doing a new thing. Can you not see it? I make rivers in the desert, pathways in the wilderness. Open your eyes and behold, new life is springing forth. And for all my children, whether your wound is fresh or old, know this: I am the one who will never betray. My covenant of love is sealed by my blood. My promises are yes and amen. My word will stand when all else falls. So rest in me now. Let go of fear. Let go of bitterness. Let go of despair. Open your hands and receive my comfort. Open your heart and receive my peace. Open your soul and receive my love, which is deeper than betrayal, stronger than rejection, and eternal beyond all measure. My dear children, you are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are not broken beyond repair. You are mine, and in my arms you are forever safe. My dear children, remain with me here in this stillness, for I am not finished pouring my peace into your heart. You have heard my words of comfort. You have received my reminders of faithfulness. But now I desire to bless you with a deeper rest, a lasting calm that will accompany you beyond this moment. As the storm settles and the waves grow quiet, feel my presence drawing close. Like light breaking through the clouds after heavy rain, I shine hope into the corners of your soul. You may have walked into this time carrying the heaviness of betrayal, but you will not leave the same. You will leave clothed in my peace, wrapped in my embrace, strengthened by my spirit. I am the God who calms storms. I am the one who says to the wind and the waves, "Be still," and they obey. In the same way, I speak now to the storm inside you. I speak peace to the memories that haunt you, peace to the ache that lingers, peace to the questions that rise within you. Be still, my beloved. Rest in me, for I am your shelter. My dear children, I bless you now with courage for the days ahead. Courage to trust again, courage to love again, courage to rise again from the ground where betrayal tried to bury you. The enemy sought to break you, but I am the God who restores. Just as I raised my son from the tomb, I will raise you from the shadows of despair. You will walk in newness of life, radiant with hope, shining with my light. Receive this blessing as water flowing over dry ground. Let it soak into every place where you feel weary, every place where you feel numb. I am reviving you. I am restoring you. I am filling you again with the joy of my salvation. Look around you with the eyes of faith. See the dawn breaking after the long night. See the river of living water that flows from my throne, clear and strong, bringing life wherever it goes. That river is flowing into you even now, washing away sorrow, washing away bitterness, leaving only the sweetness of my presence. Hear the gentle voice of my Spirit whispering over you. You are mine. You are loved. You are safe. You are whole. Let these words settle into you like seeds planted in good soil. In time, they will grow into trees of strength and fruitfulness, unshaken by the storms of life. My beloved children, let me remind you once more of my promise. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Even if others turn away, I remain. Even if trust is broken, my covenant of love stands unbroken. You can rest your life upon this truth as upon a solid rock, and you will never be moved. Think of a child resting in a father's arms. That is where you are now, held close to my heart, shielded from harm, comforted by love. Feel my embrace around you, strong and gentle, unshakable and eternal. No betrayal can pull you from these arms. Nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. My dear children, I speak blessing over your future. Walk forward without fear, for I go before you. Lift your eyes without shame, for I have redeemed you. Open your heart without despair, for I will fill it with my joy. The days ahead are not empty. They are filled with my goodness and mercy, which shall follow you all the days of your life. I know the world may still wound you. I know people may still fail you, but I promise you this: I will always be your refuge. When you feel misunderstood, I will be your understanding. When you feel abandoned, I will be your presence. When you feel weak, I will be your strength. Let these assurances guard you like a shield. Listen to my words from Isaiah. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Take this promise into your soul, for it is not just ancient writing. It is my living voice speaking to you now. As you rise from this moment of reflection, do not think you leave my presence behind. I walk with you into every room, every task, every conversation. My spirit dwells within you, whispering peace in anxious moments, offering guidance in times of uncertainty, filling your heart with love even when others fall short. Let gratitude spring up in you like a well. Thank me for the healing already begun. Thank me for the future already written in grace. Thank me for being your constant, your Father who never changes. Gratitude will be the song that steadies your soul and lifts you above the weight of betrayal. My dear children, I long for you to remain connected to my voice, to return again and again to these waters of refreshment. As you share in this fellowship of comfort, let it not remain only with you. The world is filled with hearts wounded by betrayal, souls aching for the very peace I have given you. Share what you have received, not with pressure but with love. If these words have blessed you, let others be blessed as well. Let your voice testify in gentle ways through your life, your encouragement, your actions, and yes, even through sharing this message. When you like, when you comment, when you subscribe, you are not simply clicking a button. You are helping my words reach other broken hearts who long for healing. Think of it as sowing seeds in a field, seeds that will grow into hope for someone else. I do not ask this of you as a burden, my dear children, but as an invitation to join me in spreading comfort. For just as you have been comforted, so too I call you to comfort others. Be a vessel of my peace, a bearer of my light, a messenger of my love. So go now, blessed and beloved. Go with my peace, filling you like still waters. Go with my hope, shining on your path like the sun after rain. Go with my love, holding you steady like the embrace of a father. And remember, always remember, betrayal does not have the final word. I do. And my word over you is love, redemption, and eternal faithfulness. Rest, my dear children. Rest in my unchanging arms. Rest in the assurance that you are never alone. Rest in the truth that I am with you now and forevermore.